In remote sensing, we are discussing solar radiation. We are taking the MCQs based on it. We'll try to understand the concept using the MCQ. The diameter of sun can be given as. What is the diameter of the sun? It's 1392000 kilometer. That is 1.39 into 10 to the power 6 kilometers. Now sun, as we know, is the most important and life-giving star for us, for our world, which we know. There may be others also, we don't know. So the radiation which are emitted by sun, we use in the case of passive remote sensing, because we have sun and we have earthly materials. It can be anything. So wherever it reflects or emits, the satellite, airborne, or whichever way, we sense it. So this sensing of rays coming from the sun is important to us. So I wanted to show a relationship between Earth, Jupiter and Sun. Earth has because this is the diameter, 12756, Jupiter is 142800, and Sun diameter is around 9.7 or 10, you can say, 10 times the diameter of a Jupiter. You can say Jupiter is 11.2 times the diameter of the Earth, and the Sun is 9.7 times the diameter of a Jupiter. The energy radiated from Sun in visible region will be around. So sun rays, sun energy has all the different content. So the sun energy or the rays which are coming will only be in visible range? Only be in visible range? No. Electromagnetic spectrum, it starts and ends, it has a very wide range. It starts with ultraviolet and before that also, and then goes up to radio waves, big radio waves. So the ultraviolet frequency, very high frequency it has, and the radio waves frequency is small, but there is very small portion which is a visible portion, and this is only what we see, right? And this portion in whole of the energy which is coming from the sun, this part is seen. Which is that part? That is 43%. 43%, if 100% energy is coming or rays are coming, 43% is visible. Others, that is 47-48% around, is of different places in the spectrum, and mostly in the IR region, the infrared region, because you can feel the heat of the sun, and because it's like a fire, sun is like a fireball. So mostly we have in the heat or IR region or thermal region, you can say. The value of solar constant can be given as solar constant. So solar constant, first the answer is 1367 watt per meter square. So this is a radiation received per square meter of the atmosphere at incidence angle theta equals to 0. So whenever an energy comes, we are not talking about one place, because sun's energy comes at some place directly, some place it doesn't, mainly in the pole area. So the energy received from the sun, this can be distributed all over the surface of the earth, right? Because we have to take the average. And when we take the average incident flux density, this is again a value, we can find out how much average incident flux density is there for whole earth. And there is a constant, this is called 1367. As I said, we represent it by capital G along with this small SC, solar constant. This is a radiation received per square meter, watt per meter square is the unit you see, of the atmosphere at an incidence angle theta equals 0, when the earth is at the mean distance from the sun. So it is at the mean distance from the sun. Theta, first of all, theta has to be 0 incident angle, and earth is at the mean distance from the sun. Now solar constant, as I said, 1367 watt per meter square. There are certain things which we need to know. It is a mean value. It's a mean value. As I said, everywhere we have different energy. First is the orbit of Earth. Actually, orbit of every planet around the sun is in elliptical orbit. It is not circular. And the distance, that is why the distance between the sun and Earth, it varies. It is not always constant. It is around 3.3% it varies. So as I said, 3.3% it varies, and the distance varies because of the elliptical orbit. It's not circular. And the solar irradiation, this also varies over the year approximately. That is why we are having this average constant value, which is 1367 watt per meter square. Temperature of the sun is around. What is the temperature of the sun? So we have seen about this just now. So sun, this is, as I said, the most valuable, not vulnerable. It's very most valuable among all the stars because it gives us life, and is said to emit a lot of radiation, different radiation, as we saw, 43% in the visible range. So in order to get this radiation, emit such kind of radiation, it has to have a very high temperature. It must possess a large amount of temperature. You know the distance of Earth from the sun, and with all that distance also we can feel the heat. Especially in summers, we cannot stand outside. So it's 5750 to 6000 Kelvin. This is the correct answer. D is the correct answer. So we have 15.7 million Kelvin at the core of this solar interior I'm talking about. And then we have the radiative zone around 7 million to 2 million. Then we come to convective zone, outside layer, 2 million K. And the final layer, which is the photosphere we call it, that is the temperature we are talking about. Around how much percentage the incident radiant flux can be absorbed by the materials present on Earth? So whenever some light or energy comes, some bodies they absorb and then emit. So that absorption is being asked here. So sun radiation is coming to the Earth. In between it is being absorbed. On the Earth also it is being absorbed. There are different phenomena taking place, right? I'll show you this phenomena just now, but just understand that this is an incident radiant flux we are talking about, and it is absorbed by materials which are present or not. There are different materials. So as I said, the radiation which is being spread around all over the world is said to possess an incident flux density solar constant 1367. So we can divide it into certain class in which 48% of this is absorbed by Earth's surface material. 48% is absorbed by the Earth's surface material. Okay, I hope you got the idea. So it can be a stone, it can be some material, it can be sand, it can be buildings, whichever, right? So let me just show you here. Here we have extraterrestrial radiation. It is coming, and then we have the atmosphere. Atmosphere here. It is absorbed. So these lights are absorbed, and some are reflected, some are scattered, some are absorbed. All these phenomena is taking place. See, if you see they are absorbed, lost 11 to 30%, scattered 1.6 to 11%, scattered toward 5.5 to 26%, and all these direct to the Earth, it is around 83 to this percent. Determine the spectral existence of a black body if the absolute temperature can be given as. So we have a formula here. We have Stefan-Boltzmann law. Stefan-Boltzmann law. And it will give you the spectral existence of a black body. So black body, it is assumed that it absorbs everything and it emits everything. That is what the idea is. So for that we have, because capital M equals sigma T to the power 4 is actually the Stefan-Boltzmann law, and we can apply it here because the value of temperature is given and sigma is a constant here, right? It's a constant. So we know this constant, sigma, okay? And then 300 is the temperature. In Kelvin it is being given. So we apply it here, we multiply it here, and this is going to be D. D is the correct answer here. So some graph also I tried to show. These are the graphs. Find the value of lambda if the temperature of the body is given as 560 Kelvin. Temperature of the body is given T, capital T is given. We have to find out the lambda. So in order to equate the or have a relationship between the wavelength and the temperature, so Wien's displacement law is lambda equals A by T. A is Wien's constant, which is 2.89 into 10 to the power minus 11. And we can apply it here because temperature is also given, and lambda can be found out, and lambda will be the wavelength, which will be in meters here, because this is Wien displacement law, because temperature is given 560. You can apply. This is going to be 5.16 into 10 to the power minus 14 meter. C is the correct answer. So you can again understand here with this temperature and the lambda, because if you multiply the wavelength and the temperature, they will always be a constant. That is how this graph is having a say pattern, a proper pattern. You see, bell-shaped, almost bell-shaped curve is there, because lambda into T will always be a constant. Determine the spectral excitance of a body by using the Planck's law. It has to have a C here. If the wavelength is given as 456 meter and the absolute temperature is 765 Kelvin. So we are going to apply the Planck's law for this. The Planck's law for this particular question is m equals C1 divided by lambda to the power 5 into e to the power C2 by lambda t raised to the power minus 1. In Planck's law, C1, C2 are radiation constant, so we don't have to worry about this. And lambda, you are going to put it here. Lambda is also given 456 meter. And temperature is also given. You have 765. You just put it here. And there is slight change I am going to do. 765 you are not going to write here. You are going to put here because it is a lambda, 456 meter you are going to put. So this m, which is the spectral excitance of a body, using the Planck's law, will be 3.6 into 10 to the power 30 watt per square meter. These constants are unknown to us, C1 and C2, so don't worry about that. The answer is A of this. Determine the absolute temperature of a body from Stefan-Boltzmann law. If the spectral excitance of a body is 3.55 into 10 to the power minus 10 watt per square meter. So we know Stefan-Boltzmann constant, we have already used it in earlier question, m equals sigma t to the power 4. Since m is known, it is already given, spectral excitance is already given, and then sigma is a constant, we know this constant, and temperature t to the power 4 t you want to know. So by this you have B as the answer, 1.58 K, that is the Kelvin. Temperature will come in the Kelvin. From Wien's displacement law, determine the absolute temperature if wavelength is given as 0.05 meter. So lambda is A by T, we have already seen in one of the questions, Wien's displacement law, and we have lambda here 0.05 meter. Constant is already there with us, 2.89 into 10 to the minus 3. Temperature can be found out, it is 57.8 into 10 to the power minus 3 Kelvin. D is the correct answer. So this is about this topic. We'll be taking few more of these other topics of remote sensing. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.